I might let a hater slide on a good day. I'm just trying to catch a vibe, can you feel me? Long as we living our lives, then it's okay.
You threw that not having sex. Why did that come up?
Because it's just something I'm not there yet, I guess. And I don't even want to say I'm not there. I'm just not there.
What do you mean?
Today. Maybe if you meet somebody that you're comfortable with initially, and then boom, things happen. But that's not I guess it's not a focus.
Okay.
Right
well, men want to have sex.
Well, definitely initially.
So, what does that mean? I mean, I key on things like that. What do you mean? You want to? How long would you wait? How long should you have to wait?
I don't think there should be a time frame on it. But
in today's conversation, you're gonna have to ask.
Okay. So you're
asking for help, so I'm going to need some information.
Oh, well, go ahead. Ask away.
I've already asked information. How long?
I don't have a time frame.
Okay, I'm asking again. How long?
When I'm ready.
How long?
I mean, that can be any time. It could be when you meet somebody initially.
Yeah, but about how long?
So you say how long is?
Yeah, how long you start dating somebody? How long before you have sex?
I guess to just throw it out there, I don't know.
How long?
That's my question. I don't know. I mean, that's my answer. I don't know.
How long?
Okay.
See, you want men to just go ahead and take their time and just go indeterminate, and you're not even willing to put a possible time frame on it.
Oh, so we need a time frame, you think?
Well, no, we need a cooperative woman.
Yes, sir. You just found it. Intercourse with you. Let's chat. Welcome to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We are reviewing a Kevin Samuels interview where he interviews a young lady who says that ladies hate the roles that they have to play. So I haven't seen this one before. Let's go ahead and check it out and see, how this goes.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. What do you got for me?
I just have a question. I'm newly single, and one of my girlfriends, she actually sent me this live. So she was like, you should check in and see what he has to say for you.
Okay.
I've seen a few of your postings and things, and I consider myself a professional. I'm in social work. I'm going for my master's and going to get licensed and things. But I'm open to, dating people who don't have degrees, and I think I'm a pretty good communicator. But my question is that I think I'm just having a lot of issues finding someone in COVID. Going out on dates is a hard thing, and also kind of meeting people.
Were you married?
No, I wasn't married, but was in a long-term relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long was that?
4 years.
And when did it end?
Back in the summer, so I would say August.
Okay. And it's difficult for what?
Just to meet men who are serious, that really aren't just trying to, have sex for one initially, and just because my thing is about being friends first and building friendships, and how comfortable they are.
How old are you?
How old am I? Oh, 29.
You threw that not having sex. Why did that come up?
Because it's just something I'm not there yet, I guess. And I don't even want to say I'm not there. I'm just not there.
What do you mean?
Today. Maybe if you meet somebody that you're comfortable with initially, and then boom, things happen. But that's not I guess it's not a focus.
Okay. Well, men want to have sex.
Well, definitely initially.
So, what does that mean? I mean, I key on things like that. What do you mean? You want to? How long would you wait? How long should you have to wait?
I don't think there should be a time frame on it. But
in today's conversation, you're gonna have to ask.
Okay. So you're
asking for help, so I'm gonna need some information.
Oh, well, go ahead. Ask away.
I've already asked information. How long?
I don't have a time frame.
Okay, I'm asking again. How long?
When I'm ready.
How long?
I mean, that can be any time. It could be when you meet somebody initially.
Yeah, but about how long?
So you say how long is?
Yeah, how long you start dating somebody? How long before you have sex?
I guess to just throw it out there, I don't know.
How long?
That's my question. I don't know. I mean, that's my
How long?
answer. I don't know.
How long?
Okay.
See, you want men to just go ahead and take their time and just go indeterminate, and you're not even willing to put a possible time frame on it.
Oh, so we need a time frame, you think?
Well, no, we need a cooperative woman.
Oh.
We need a woman that understands what men want and understand that yes, this is going to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've asked you the question how many times? So what do you want me to tell you? If you're not willing to answer a question, it's not a trick to it. You're a grown woman.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm learning, still learning about different personalities and things, so.
It's not different personalities. It's the a lot of you ladies tend to want men to do all the work.
Mm-hmm.
You want somebody to go through the trouble of getting to know you and peel back the onion and talk to you. And sorry, man, no. I asked you a simple question. You're not willing to even answer. Why?
So I don't know is an answer.
No, it's not. You're not 19. You're almost 30.
Yeah,
Not a little girl. You're a woman.
definitely.
So it's not a trick question. It's not like sex is like taboo. And I'm asking you. You meet somebody you like and you date them, how long approximately before you have sex? And you say, well, whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Then don't be upset if nobody wants to date you.
Okay.
Your fault.
Well, I mean, I'm not upset, but thank you. I appreciate your feedback. Yeah. Thanks. Any other pointers that you have outside of sex?
Sex wasn't the only pointer, but if you're not willing to answer what's important to men, men are not going to be willing to date you.
Got it.
See, what I'm showing you folks is women, you want an unfair exchange.
All right. I mean, that's a different perspective of things and a good way to look at it, I guess.
Well, how about this? Let me give you a different perspective.
Okay.
How about this? Let's do it your way. And just whenever the mood's right, okay?
Yeah.
So here's how you do this. You pay for all the dates.
Okay.
You do all the driving. You do all the planning. You're in charge until all that. And then after you decide you want to have sex, then he can step in and start paying for the dates and driving and everything else. But until then, it's all on you to do all the investment, all the courting, all the follow-up, all that other stuff. Would you be willing to date if men like that?
It would depend because, well, to give you a straightforward answer, then no, if you look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, of course. Because you would not want to just be stuck on a hook, dating with no idea of where this is going, whether or not you're going to get something that you wanted, and you have to put all that effort in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm not talking about just one man. I'm talking about all men. If all men got together and sent your picture out across the world, everybody knew no one goes out with her. She has to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Would you not do that though? Why not? I mean, you're still trying to get to know a guy, right? I mean,
exactly. I mean, but I mean, that's also considering if that's the things that I'm doing, if I'm allowing that person to pay for everything and to do that.
No. In this world, because I've asked you the question just about generally how long, and you didn't like that. So I'm like, let me switch it to something you can understand. You don't have to have sex, but as long as it's not on the table, you're responsible for paying for all the dates.
Yes.
Arranging all the dates.
You would
all the dates. You're in the man's position.
Yes.
And would you be willing to date men if you had to do that?
I mean, then no, I wouldn't be willing.
Exactly. So don't expect men to date you.
Okay. But okay. I see you. I got you. I understand things from that perspective.
You see what I mean? Some of you ladies are thinking, ladies, you see what? Listen, ladies, you see what I mean? Thinking you're just trying to get her. No. Ladies, understand. You want men to do our part, but you don't even want to even broach, possibly even. I just asked a general time frame. I didn't say ironclad. She wouldn't even want to say 3 months, 6 months, 30 days.
Yeah.
It was just whatever. but then flip it. You're not willing to just do an open-ended financial responsibility coming out of your pocket.
Well, I guess for me, again, and this can be for anyone, because I get your angle. Again, I'm respecting, but
It's pretty straightforward.
I'm gonna say one last thing, and I'm gonna let somebody get a chance. But I guess in this world, especially, for me, everybody has a different perspective. Everybody comes from different walks of life. Okay. For personally, I won't let somebody do that much for me unless I'm coming halfway. And that's just me. Everybody's not comfortable with that. And I feel like I hold up my end of the
See, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you.
Okay, go ahead.
You wanting to come and pay halfway don't mean nothing to us, because our time is more important than your half of the money.
Okay. That's honest.
So this whole, I'm not that kind of woman. Shit, I'm gonna pay my half. Y'all offer to pay half like this is something.
Like that's something that
like there's some shit. We don't give a damn about half. We don't care about, because what y'all pay half on ain't nothing. Pay half on the goddamn mortgage and the car notes and everything else. Pay half all the way through life. Then we talk.
Yeah.
But until then, we talk about half on some dates.
Half on some dates.
But you know what? I don't want to go on a date where you paying half and I'm paying half, where the end is going to end up in a hug. I'd rather pay 100% and get laid. Get off my phone.
I hear you.
You hear me? That's why your ass going to win. Go ahead. I'm serious, ladies. They're like, oh, you're so harsh. Men are not playing these stupid games anymore.
Okay, that was Kevin Samuels' take on giving this young lady a dating advice. I think his greater point was that sometimes you have to temper your expectations. And I think for her point was, how early should the sex topic be introduced? And I think a lot of women have that point of view where they feel like a guy just wants to sex them and has no real interest in conversing or dealing with them or considering them on any other level that is a bit more serious. And for women who want to be taken serious, they don't necessarily want to feel like an object. So I think that's a valid requirement. I mean, I'm a father, I have daughters. I wouldn't necessarily want them to feel like they are objects. That being said, I think the reality of the situation is, though, if you are an older woman, mainly in your middle age years, seeking to have relationship, I think a lot of men come in expecting that sex is an issue that's already been resolved, because they're not dealing necessarily with a virgin. They know that people have had kids, they've grown, and so the expectation is that it shouldn't be so taboo to even have the discussion, or for that man to have to jump through hoops, to be intimate with the person that he's giving his time to or investing in. And I think, it's a game that gets played in relationships where women will weaponize sex or kind of put a guy through the ringer before she offers herself up intimately to him. And I think to a lot of guys, they feel like they're being strung along and they don't necessarily see the light at the end of the tunnel. They just feel like, I'm expected to pay, I'm expected to show up and take you on dates and do all these different things. And they may be one of many men doing the same thing that I'm doing. And in the end, I'm not necessarily getting anything out of the deal, but you might just be getting satisfaction from the fact that I'm willing to be generous and sponsor the date and help whenever necessary with my resources. And I think a lot of men view themselves as being, useful, but sometimes used by women who really have no intention of sleeping with them. And I think it's an easier thing to kind of, determine very early on whether or not that sexual attraction lies on both sides. If it's mutual, then, eventually I think things will progress in a way that is promising for both sides. But if it isn't, what you'll find is that one person may go out of their way to demonstrate that there's interest, and another person will just kind of, string the person along. And I think what Kevin did in the example that he used was what would happen if there was a condition set where a man wouldn't be expected to pay for anything. while he's dating you until you are open to exploring sexual avenues with him. What if he said, once we start sleeping together, then I would cover the cost? And you can immediately see her whole disposition change. She wouldn't see it necessary to date a man who took that position yet. She doesn't think it's right for the man to take the position of, well, you expect me to pay, yet there isn't any real prospects of us really being intimate. And I don't even know if you're really into me like that or if you're stringing me along. So I think there were some valid points raised. Obviously, I think the young lady was very, kind and presentable and respectful. And the conversation was, a pretty decent one. Kevin obviously got edgy as he, kind of put her on the spot. But, I think he's kind of known for that, being blunt and being direct and really trying to make the greater point. I don't think Kevin was disrespectful to her. I think he was trying to, provide some clarity. Because I think a lot of times the ladies that call his show, would express their frustration in the dating world, but they don't really have any perception of how they're being perceived by the men that they want to appeal to. And so I think Kevin's vantage point is to give them that perception, that point of view that they haven't necessarily considered. And the consideration here is that, why is it fair for one person to bear the brunt of sponsoring and paying for the dates that the young ladies expect them to take them on, yet it's not fair for them to expect anything in return as a result of it. And I think he did an effective job of making that discussion. Well, Mr. B, it is always a pleasure to have you guys join me on our show. It's been a little bit since we did this, but we always welcome the conversation. So I definitely want to have your voice heard, to have your opinion stated, and just to weigh in on, what was said and discussed here tonight. All right. Until we speak again, have a blessed and productive week.